Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Morning Watch. I'm Rob, one of the pastors here at White Plains. Glad to have you with us today on a Tuesday. I hope you had a wonderful and beautiful Easter weekend. This is where we gather for a song and a thought for the day. So glad you're with us whenever you're watching. Thanks for being here. Good morning, Kenna. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Terry. And good morning to you whenever you're watching. Thanks for being here. And let's begin our time together by going to God in prayer. Help me call a blessing down, for I think our poor old world needs it. A blessing of peace, a blessing of the ordinary. A blessing of national life without chaos and personal life without fear. Help me pray a healing down, for I know how much we need it. A strengthening of the bonds between us, simple respect and patient listening. A new beginning for us all. And help me welcome the sacred down, the wide-winged spirit drawn from every corner of heaven, to walk among us once more, to show us again how it can be, when justice is the path and love the destination. Amen and amen. Morning, Dr. Lee. Morning, Faye. Morning, Keith. Good morning, Florida. And good morning to you. Glad you guys are here. Welcome to the season of Easter. And I thought I would start that season and this final rung on in our book, The Ladder to Light, with a Celtic song, Church Not Made with Hands. This is by Mike Scott of the Waterboys. And when he says the term is over, he's talking about getting out of school for the freedom of spring, right? The freedom of walking in creation. All right. Bye-bye, Shadowlands. The term is over. And all the holidays have begun. Now she walks in fresh fields. Her trucks are on the land. She is everywhere and no place. When it's dark and evening falls, she moves among men, and they would seek to have her as a prize. She is in the shadows, the ocean and the sand. She is everywhere and no place. A church not made with hands, not contained by man. She's dancing high as clouds, faster than the arrow, straight as any crow that flies. Across great seas she travels, up through rising land. She is everywhere and no place. A church not made with hands, not contained by man. A church not made with hands. Oh, ain't that a pretty son? Oh, There you go. Of course, Mike Scott and the Waterboys, one of those, just bands of the 80s and 90s that weren't concerned about whether they were labeled as Christian or weren't afraid to speak words of faith in their music, like U2, and just who would actually sing Gloria, right? Gloria in Excelsis Deo, right? In one in the middle of their songs. Of course, if you're a fan of U2, and Vernon and some others have already discovered this, and I put it out there on Good Friday. They have a beautiful album called Easter Lily. Just songs of faith. Just a great album from U2. I haven't learned any of those songs yet. The Waterboys was as close as I could get. All right, so here we are on this last rung of the ladder to the light. This talking about coming out of darkness into light, especially as expressed in the Native American tradition. Our author, if you're joining us for the first time, is Bishop Stephen Charleston, Choctaw Native American, also an Episcopal priest, former Bishop of Alaska. So he writes with feet firmly planted in his own tradition and in his Christian faith. And he's helped us understand the image of the kiva, which is not of the Choctaws, but of the American Southwest Native Americans, where you enter and you sit in darkness and are connected to earth, and then you rise up the ladder out of the darkness into light. And that's what he calls us to do. That's what he believes God is calling us to do. And now we're on this final rung of the ladder, very appropriate for our Easter season, the rung of transformation. His prayer is this: the light is coming. And now the light is coming, running like liquid beneath the heavy shadows of night, slipping in from the cracks and crevices of life, restoring the dry and empty places, bringing new life to the barren hope of years long past. Soon the brightness cannot be contained, but spills out, pours out, to surround your heart with love, to bring you alive once more in an old promise fulfilled. Open your eyes and do not be afraid any longer, for now the light is coming quickly, coming to you, and nothing, not even death, will be able to stop it. Charleston writes, like many other Choctaws, I have made my pilgrimage to the Holy Lands. And that means I've gone to the present state of Mississippi, or Chatahyaknee, the Choctaw homeland. This is where my people lived before the Trail of Tears. A few years ago, I went there to go to Nanehiwaya, and pray where my brother's ashes are scattered. He died early from pancreatic cancer, and being returned to Nanehiwaya was a way for him to have the traditional communal burial of our ancient tradition. Nanehiwaya is a large earthen mound. It is about 25 feet tall, tucked away in a rural area of Winston County, Mississippi. For many people who pass by, I am sure it is not very memorable, but for someone of my faith, it is sacred ground. My ancestors believed it was at Nanehiwaya that my people, the Chataoka, first emerged from within the earth. Like the people of the Southwest, we have stories of the emergence. They have the kiva. We have the sacred mound. But together, we believe the tribe of the human beings began in the womb of the earth and then emerged to walk before the Spirit in a holy way. On Nanehiwaya, we first saw the light of day. And there I had a vision, too. I saw my ancestors gathered around the holy hill, my brother among them. and they were dancing. And in their dance, they were showing me something sacred. The light is coming. On this eighth and final rung of the ladder, we make our proclamation. The light is coming. We will need this vision in the days to come, for we confront a great challenge. The darkness around us is real and powerful. That much we can see for ourselves. So we're going to talk a lot in these next few days as we wrap up this book about the victory of light over darkness. Isn't that what we proclaimed Easter morning when we said Christ is risen? Christ is risen indeed. Christ is risen. Christ is risen indeed. Christ is risen. Christ is risen indeed. Death has been swallowed up in life. Life and light are victorious. Paul writes in Corinthians, "Where, O death, is thy sting? Where is thy boast, O grave?" This is a great line of Paul's. He's trying to explain this whole concept of life after death, right? Of Christ's victory over the grave and what it might mean for us. And he describes it as, let me tell you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, right? We use this in the United Methodist Church as part of our funeral liturgy. And part of our service of the celebration of life, which is where we tell our story of victory of life over death, even for those who have fallen asleep. I love the imagery of seeing the ancestors dancing around that mound, knowing that his brother is there with them, right? Knowing that somehow the life and love that he had continues. And that they are telling us, history is telling us, those we love are telling us, even now, that the light is coming. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Happy Easter to you in this season. We believe Easter is not just a day, but a whole time. And may every day be Easter for you. May every day be a proclamation of the victory of life over death. Where, O death, is your sting? Where's your boast, O grave? Yeah. Amen. Amen, Linda. Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day. May you find peace and purpose in this day. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another Morning Watch.